Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. And today is a continuation of where I show my 10 favourite songs from my 10 favourite artists. And this is actually a response to a set of videos I did where I showed 10 worst songs from my 10 favourite artists. And we're nearing the end of this because today is Slade, and after that it will be The Smiths, then Nick Lowe, and that will be the end of the series. So Slade, fantastic band, huge in the early to mid 70s. 6 number 1 hit singles, 3 of them which went straight into number 1, and it was the Jam that replicated that about 7 years later. And those 3 singles were all from 1973. And they also had 3 number 1 albums as well, which people tend to forget about. So Slade are not just for Christmas. It's not just Merry Christmas Everybody, which is a great track, although it's not included here. But 10 tracks here, most of them are actually singles, although there's a couple that are LP tracks. So starting off at number 10, and it is an LP track, and it is from the 1972 album Slade. And it's The Whole World's Going Crazy, and it was just written by a Noddy Holder, no Jim Lee involvement in this one at all. And this really does show how piercing Noddy Holder's voice is. It's absolutely brilliant. He almost screams it from the heavens. It's really, really good. Very, very, very catchy as well. And the first time we ever heard this was on an old flexi disc, which we got with a magazine, and we never got the album, so that flexi disc was played an awful lot. I still do have it as well. But it's the second track off side 1. I think it would have been a good single, I really do, but the 2 singles off here were massive, so in those days they didn't really pull 3 singles off an album. But it didn't actually get on to Slade's either, which is a pity, but love the track, always have, and it's my number 10. And number 9 is the single that brought them back, and it's from 1981, and it is We'll Bring the House Down. Now this one, I remember this came out, it was great seeing it on Top of the Pops, and I thought this was a really good single. I didn't think it was top notch at that time, but as the years have gone by, I've got to appreciate this more and more and more. It's just a really good, fun party song. And the guitars are, going at 100 miles an hour, and again Noddy's voice is absolutely brilliant. Now Slade were in big trouble really by the end of the 1970s. Nobody was buying any of their records, nobody was going to their concerts, and whenever they filled in for Ozzy Osbourne in the Reading Festival in 1980, a lot of people were walking out when Slade were starting to play, but they turned and they walked back in again, and Slade actually brought the house down, really did. And this single, 1981's We'll Bring the House Down, I don't know if it's anything to do with the Reading Festival, but it's very appropriate. It's an absolutely brilliant, brilliant track, and it gets my number 9. At number 8, and this was a single and was a number 15, and it's How Does It Feel from the Slade and Flame album. Now this is a really, really good song, but it is completely different to anything Slade had done. It's quite long, there's loads of horns in it, it goes in different directions, and it starts off with piano. And I still think it wasn't the best choice of single, but it's probably one of the best songs off that album. Noel Gallagher tends to be a big fan of this, and has mentioned it many, many times. But an absolutely fantastic track, and it's a song that opens up the Slade and Flame film, I believe. Absolutely brilliant. How Does It Feel is my number 8. And number 7, I'm not going to show the single because I don't have a picture sleeve on it, but it is the single that came from the 1977 album Whatever Happened to Slade, and this album failed to chart, and the song is Gypsy Roadhog. And this is a really good rocker again, but it's extremely melodic, and this is the one they released when they came back from trying to conquer and failing to conquer America. And this has got drug references in it, with Powdered My Nose in Alabama, etc. But they got away with it because they even played it on the children's TV show Blue Peter, but it's an absolutely brilliant song. Really love it. I only got to number 40 something, 43 or something like that there. Deserved to do much, much better. But by 1977, Slade were just not the force they were. They were still releasing good records because this is a really good album. But unfortunately, Gypsy Roadhog just didn't really make a dent in the charts. A number 6 and another track that got into the 40s, but this is from the mid 80s, and it's Mysterious Mr. Jones, and this is from their Rogues Gallery album, and this is full of synth, and a lot of the Slade fans don't like the way they used synth in the 80s, but I do. I think it just gives an extra dynamic to their music, and this so catchy. But it is the synth that actually drives it. It's a little bit more different rather than the guitar based rockers or even the piano led ballads. This races along. Synth is brilliant and it's always been a favourite of mine, so this gets my number 6. And number 5, and we go to 1976, and this is the first single that did not chart since Get Down and Get With It. So all the songs charted, this one failed, and it's the title track of the Nobody's Fool album, and it's Nobody's Fools, and this is really good. This is a completely different direction for them as well. This was recorded around the time they were in America, and like a lot of acts from this time, it does have a bit of a soul influence, and there are female backing singers that really make this as well. Really good video too on YouTube, but for some reason it didn't chart. The two singles previous to it, In For a Penny and Let's Call It Quits, just stalled outside the top 10. They were okay, they weren't brilliant. This is by far the best song off that album and should have been the very first single, and if it had been, I think they would have had another top 10 hit. But Nobody's Fools by Slade, absolutely brilliant, and my number 5. And number 4, and it's one of their biggest hits, and it's one of the most famous songs, and it's Come On Feel the Noise from 1973, straight in at number 1. Baby 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 opens this, and yes, it's great fun. It's a glam rock classic, and I remember this at the time, you know, in the playground in primary school, singing away to it. Everybody loved it. So Come On Feel the Noise. It's been covered by Quiet Riot, who took it, I think, into the top 10 in America. They also had a hit single, I believe, with Mama We're All Crazy Now. But Oasis did a cover of this as the B-side of Don't Look Back in Anger, and to be honest, it is really good as well. And they also take the mickey out of Slade, because I think Liam, or is it Noel, does like a Brummy accent at the very end. It's really good fun, but brilliant track, absolutely love it, and it's my number 4. A number 3 and the number 2 hit from 1974, and it's Far Far Away, and this is from the Slade and Flame album as well. And this is just a gorgeous mid-tempo ballad. It is so melodic, beautifully played, acoustic guitars, really good drumming by Don Powell, and Noddy Holder's voice is not squeaky here. He sings it really well, and I believe this is one of Don Powell's favourite Slade songs, and quite rightly so. An absolutely brilliant track, and deservedly got to number 2. It should have got to number 1, but coming the end of 1974, glam rock has sort of fallen a bit, so it did well actually to get to number 2. So Far Far Away is my number 3 in the list. Now my number 2 is an LP track, and it is from Old New Borrowed and Blue, and it's the acoustic Miles Out to Sea. A very Beatlesque song, but so catchy, so melodic, and it's quite long as well. It's about nearly 4 minutes long, but it's absolutely brilliant, and you can't help but sing along to this. It's just excellent. It's always been a standout of this LP. And there's another one that nearly got the list, When the Lights Are Out, which Jim Lee sang, and it wasn't a single either, although he did release it as a single with a solo project around 1980 or so. But Miles Out to Sea, absolutely brilliant track by Slade, and yeah, the best song off this LP, and it's my number 2. And so my number 1 is from 1972, a number 2 hit single, and it is Goodbye to Jane. And this features on the Slade album as well. This is an absolutely brilliant glam rock classic, from the opening drums to the actual vocals of Naughty is brilliant. It's catchy, it's got the stomp, and it's got that refrain of "I say you're so young, which is so infectious. An absolutely brilliant song, a really good rock song, but a really good pop rock song, really. So it's my number one, an absolutely fantastic track, Goodbye to Jane. And it's a pity it didn't get to number one, really, because it deserved it. I'm not too sure what kept it off the top, but yeah, absolutely my number one Slade song. So that's Goodbye to Jane. Okay, so that there is my 10 favourite Slade songs. I hope you enjoyed that. The next one will be The Smiths, and then finishing off with Nick Lowe. I might actually record two of them, one after each other, and release them at the same time, because The Smiths itself didn't do that well with the worst songs, and Nick Lowe didn't do well at all. So we'll see. I might just put one or two of them together to finish the series. Anyway, that's me for now. I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.